Right now, just open up your phone and check your screen time on your phone and see how much time you spend on your phone, on social media, everything. Everyone has time. We just leak it. Ignore any course that tells you how to learn Arabic fast, learn Arabic in 40 days, learn Arabic in 60 days, learn Arabic in 30 days. All of those type of slogans are ridiculous. Students can have the best program in the world, but still fall into this mistake I'm about to tell you. When I first became Muslim at 19, I quickly realized that to have a real connection with my deen, I needed to know the Arabic language. And alhamdulillah, Allah blessed me to be able to tread that path and actually become successful on that path. When I first started, I never had a plan. I never knew how exactly I was going to get to the end road, how I was actually going to master Arabic language. I just had one problem. I didn't understand the Arabic language and I needed to understand it. But alhamdulillah, with like a lot of perseverance and getting random materials from here and there and just trying to like push through, and I managed to get to a level where I could actually understand the Arabic language, and that was without even leaving the UK. And thereafter, alhamdulillah, I went to Saudi Arabia. I stayed in Saudi Arabia for over 10 years. Some of you may know that already. And alhamdulillah, I can go near enough any country now, any Arab country, get around easily, speak fluently, alhamdulillah, comprehend everything, alhamdulillah. But when I see people trying to learn the Arabic language, there's so many mistakes that they fall into. In this video, I'm just going to give you 5 common mistakes that most Arabic learners fall into when they try and learn the Arabic language. So I'm going to run through them quickly so that you can perhaps benefit from this video. Mistake number 1 I see is that they don't choose the right program. In the beginning, they may have all this enthusiasm. I'm going to speak like Arab. I'm going to understand the Qur'an. I'm going to understand the books, so the classical books. I'm going to understand a hadith in Arabic, everything. But within a few weeks, sometimes a few days even, they quickly hit a brick wall. And that's because the program that they're following, it isn't designed in a way that's learner friendly, right? And I've seen like curriculums where they just throw students at the deep end and they have to memorize all these sentences and all these words and they can't even understand the basic structure of sentences. Quickly, those type of students will burn out. You're not gonna last like that. There's other type of courses where they just throw you in grammar, just grammar heavy, very grammar heavy, and you memorize all these principles, but you don't have any words to even construct sentences. No speaking whatsoever. You can't. They don't even give you like at least like a little half an hour a week on speaking. No speaking whatsoever. Just literally grammar. I actually remember asking someone who had studied grammar for 2 years, and I literally just asked him, "Mada fa'alta al-yawm? What did you do today?" I'm telling you, he couldn't answer me. Like the most basic Arabic question, what did you do today? He couldn't ask because he spent 2 years just studying grammar, right? Majority of the curriculum's either grammar heavy or vocabulary heavy, right? There's no balance. If you're persistent and you have a lot of dedication, you can get to the end and then try and then go on like on a vocabulary building mission after you learn grammar. You can do it that way, but it's just the long way. What I've noticed is a lot of students will burn out before they even get there. And that's the problem. You need a hybrid program that combines both fluency and accuracy at the same time. That's what we try to do in our Arabic proficiency program. I'm not just saying that because it's our program. We combined Arabic fluency and accuracy at the same time. And I actually observed one of the classes. We observed the sisters class. Obviously, they have to turn off the cameras and everything. We notify them beforehand just to see the quality of the teaching quality. And I'm telling you, I was literally getting goosebumps. And I never interrupt the lessons. I had to interrupt the lessons because I was so overwhelmed that students were actually like speaking fluently. They've never left the UK. They started with us in Ijada and now they're speaking fluently. And the reason why I mention that is so that you can see that if the program combines speaking with the grammar and the vocabulary building and everything like that, the levels that you can reach are unbelievable. So that's what happens when you choose a program that not only teaches you grammar, vocabulary, but also gives you some type of conversation practice as well. But students can have the best program in the world, but still fall into this mistake I'm about to tell you about. Mistake number 2 is expecting overnight results. This is the number 1 killer. I'm telling you, people think that they're going to start learning Arabic today, and by the end of the week, they're going to be speaking fluently. Ignore any course that tells you, I'm going to learn Arabic in, how to learn Arabic fast, learn Arabic in 40 days, learn Arabic in 60 days, learn Arabic in 30 days. All of those type of slogans are batil. All of those type of slogans are ridiculous. You can't learn Arabic in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, nothing like that, right? The results don't come overnight. Anyone that tells you that you can learn Arabic in a week, a month, 2 months, they're lying. You can learn some basics, don't get me wrong. You can learn some fundamentals, you can learn some useful sentences, but you can't learn the language as a whole unless you're just some genius, right? So the key is to just think about where you were last lesson and where you are today. So last lesson you learned, let's say the past tense, how to say I went, I ate, I read, for example. Today, you learn a new concept. Alhamdulillah, you've moved forward. Just focus on one step at a time, and before you know it, you'll be at the end of the road. Just like if you went to the gym, right? You go to the gym. Let's say you're overweight. Don't expect to get a six-pack in 7 days. You're not going to get a six-pack in 7 days. You're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to be patient. But if you're patient and consistent, the results will come. So it won't happen overnight, but if you don't start, it won't happen at all. The key is just to get started and stay consistent on that path. And this links to mistake number 3, right? And that's not making Arabic a part of your life. Now, a lot of people treat Arabic like it's just some side project. I'll read here and there. When I get time, maybe on the weekend, I have a little read, maybe download the app, go through a few little vocabulary quizzes. That's cool, but that's not gonna get you the results that you need. That's not gonna get you the results you need. You don't have to study Arabic 24/7, but you have to study it consistently, right? It's the consistency, it's that build up of reps that will get you to fluency in the Arabic language. When I started learning Arabic, all I did was stay consistent. Every day after Fajr, for some people it could be 3 times a week, 4 times a week, could be let's even just say once a week or twice a week. That time nobody disturbs you, and that time you give your full focus to the Arabic language. What happens is with that consistency, it's like building a house, brick after brick after brick after brick after brick till the house is complete. But if you say, okay, if you want to try and build a house and you say, oh, today I'm going to lay a brick, next month lay another brick, 2 months later, you're never going to build a house. It has to be consistent work, right? So you have to make sure that Arabic is prioritized in your life. Some people may say they don't have time. Right now, just open up your phone and check your screen time on your phone and see how much time you spend on your phone, on social media, everything. Everyone has time. We just leak it. Some of that time, say, you know what? I'm actually going to prioritize Arabic. Instead of me scrolling through a video, I'm not saying everyone here, but majority of people are on social media, right? Instead of scrolling, instead of watching a film, say, I'm just gonna give half an hour a day to Arabic. So when I get home from work, or maybe in the morning, I'm not gonna even use my phone. I'm gonna open up my book, the program that I'm doing, I'm gonna do half an hour of it every day. I'm telling you, if you do that with full focus, there's no way you're gonna do that for a year and not see progress. You'll see progress. Literally, even if it was 15 minutes a day, you'll see progress. But it has to be consistent. We have to make Arabic a part of our life. We can't say I'm busy. You know, at Ijada Institute, we have full-time students. We have single mothers that are balancing, looking after children, chaos, and studying, people working full-time, etc. Why are they now reaping the rewards? It's just because they just made time. They didn't make excuses. They just said, okay, half an hour a day, an hour a day, whatever it is. I'm going to study the Arabic language consistently, and I'm never going to give up. And I always say to people, make Arabic a part of your life for the rest of your life. Mistake number 4 that a lot of people fall into is switching systems. I'm telling you, some people, try learning a book. Let's say they're on a particular book. They'll get halfway through the book and they'll see another shiny book over there. Someone's talking about, oh, this book's amazing. They'll jump to another book without finishing that book. Whatever program you're doing, see it all the way through and then think about jumping on another book or another course or whatever the case may be. But make sure you see, as long as you can see that the program is a proven system. Many people have graduated through this program. See it through. Even if the parts of the program that you don't like, or just see it through. There's no perfect course, right? The course could be 90%, 8% good. There's no perfect course. But as long as you found a system that's working, stick to it. Stick to it and inshallah you'll be successful. Now, the last mistake that I see a lot of people falling into is not changing their lifestyle. The path of knowledge requires certain commitments from you, certain sacrifices. We're not saying you have to change your life 100%, but you might have to make some sacrifices. Maybe you have habits or bad habits where, before you go sleep, you're watching movies. That could be you revising Arabic, right? But now if you're watching these things, when you wake up in the morning, the thoughts that are pinging into your head, they're not thoughts that are related to Arabic or progressing in Arabic. You're gonna have these random thoughts pinging through your head throughout the day. You have to live a lifestyle that gives life to your heart. If you're sitting down and you're listening to music all day, what are you gonna be thinking about? What's gonna be running through your mind? Even if you go to study, you're gonna be heavily distracted. Doing anything that significantly increases your dopamine is going to affect you when it comes to studying. And that's why you have to look at your lifestyle. Some people that fall into major sin, or even to the point of your sinning, your relationship with Allah. How much are you sinning? What are you doing? What are you exposing your ears to, your eyes to? What are you exposed to as a Muslim? That will affect your Arabic learning journey, right? But abstaining from sins, abstaining from distractions, abstaining from these things will give you this like space, this mental space to focus on learning Arabic. I'm telling you, when I first started learning Arabic, I don't say you have to do what I did, but I gave up a lot of things. I gave up music. I gave up my friends. Like I left my friends. I was literally in my little 2-bedroom flat studying in the mornings. Right? I get up for Fajr and I go study. I'm not saying you have to follow that routine. Maybe for you, you have some space or some time in the evenings. Go study in the evenings, whatever works for you. But the thing is, you have to find those spaces. I remember like people, I remember when I went to Mecca, people would literally, the Western brothers, they'll go to TGI Fridays or where did they go? To the cafe, or they go to these things. I used to say to them, I'm not going anywhere. I didn't come to Mecca to go hang out with Westerners and be speaking English, right? I'm not saying you have to go to that extreme. I had to make those sacrifices because I knew this was wasting time. If I hang out with these guys on a weekend, I'm going to go bed late. I'm going to wake up the next day late. That's 2 days gone already, right? Just because I want to hang out and like what I told you about dopamine, these dopamine hits. And then when I wake up now the next day, I'm not going to be energetic to study. I'm going to be thinking about all the conversations I had yesterday and all the jokes and everything we were cracking yesterday. I'm not saying you have to stop hanging out with friends or you've got to stop having fun. I'm not saying that at all, but what I'm saying is some sacrifice. Maybe some sacrifices you may have to make for a period of time, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 12 months, just so that you can get 10 steps ahead. Just going back to when I was in Mecca, I stayed in Mecca for over 10 years. And in the beginning, I was mutashaddid. I was like, you speak English to me, that would be the last conversation we're having. I even had a friend, our brother Ilyas, he was from Canada. I used to only speak to him in Arabic. And other students from Al-Madinah University, they came, I remember there was some brothers, they were Somali brothers, they came to Mecca and they said, your Arabic so, your Arabic level so high. They were saying like the students in Al-Madinah, they don't speak Arabic like that. And I said, yeah, Ilyas and myself, we only speak to each other in Arabic. Even in sittings with Westerners, we were speaking to each other in Arabic, just so that we could preserve the Arabic, just so that we could, just so that we didn't lose it, so that we could practice it. And then once we got to a level where, khalas, like we're fluent, alhamdulillah, now we speak to each other in English. So what I'm trying to say is the sacrifice might be for a period of time. Yeah, you might just go a little bit extreme for a period of time. But once you got to your level, you can relax a little bit now because you've got to where you want to get to. But sometimes you just got, you got to be, laser focused. So if you've started your Arabic journey or you're looking to start your Arabic journey, make sure you don't fall into any of these mistakes. There are more mistakes, but I've just listed 5 for you today. And I'm telling you, if you're committed, if you're putting that work, if you avoid the traps and you trust the process, you will get to the level one day where you're speaking fluently, where you hear verses in the Qur'an and you understand them without translation. You just wake up one day and you'll be like, oh, I understand. And I'm telling you, it will hit differently. I remember when one day I listened to an Arabic lecture and I listened to it from the whole way through and I said, hold on. I literally just understood 100% of everything in that lecture. You know how that feels when you get to a level where when once upon a time that language was just foreign to you. It was like this big jigsaw puzzle. And then finally you're like, oh, it just sounds like English now. Like that's a different type of feeling. But anyway, anyone who's interested in learning Arabic language but they don't know where to start and they want our help, got a link in the description for the Arabic Proficiency Program. We've helped countless students get to a level where they can now read the Qur'an and understand, converse in the Arabic language, and just have a better connection with their deen due to it. So if you're interested, click the link in the description and we'll see you soon, inshallah.